Hey everybody, give me 2 minutes. I need to set everything up and get Facebook on the same page. Yep. Much better. Trying to go live. Alrighty. Normally I'm done already, but today it's dragging for some reason. Alright. Alrighty. If you can hear me, please tap out. Let me know. I'm not watching Super Bowl, so I don't care about Super Bowl. Let me get the link up on Ubatuba on Facebook. YouTube's. My headphones down there. I'll give them a second. So 30 more seconds and I'll be good to go. I didn't pre-prep everything. I didn't feel like it. So all right. So really quick, tonight is kind of personal, and I wanted to be very clear with everybody when I say it's personal. The project that I did for 2018 to go back to Hitoyoshi and film was a wonderful experience. I truly enjoyed it. Gave me a chance to do what my passion truly is and get my business running up the way I wanted it to go. What happened is that the original agreement was I would provide my own transportation to Tokyo. They would pay for my plane ticket from Tokyo to them for the 2.5 weeks I was there. And then I would be flown back to Tokyo and I would go home. Perfectly fine. They covered my expenses for food. I stayed with a host family, and all the transportation they absorbed getting me around the town on their schedule. And I want to clarify why I'm closing up the projects. I explained that while I was there, I wanted to make sure that we had a consistent schedule. We had a consistent schedule. I wanted to make sure that I had accurate feedback and I had all the information I needed to cut and edit my videos. I understand that they had a large festival, my Tetsu coming up, and I had my 3 days off to go to Kumamoto City. But then I was asked to do a economic development lecture and give them a business plan to help them capture more Western interest, more interest to bring them back business that would bring business to Hitoyoshi. And I explained that whenever someone volunteers to do a project where they're eating half of the expense of getting to you to film and then turn around, come back, cut, edit, and produce video, that whatever I'm asking for, non financial, I didn't get paid. Keyword is that I was not paid for the editing, I wasn't paid for the filming, I wasn't paid for the commercials or the footage that I produced post haste once I returned to America. I asked for a letter of thank you from the Tourism Bureau president, from the Japanese senator, After clarification, I understand that the mayor of Hideyoshi cannot just write one and hand it to me. It has to be approved by the city council. I understand that. However, a few businesses more than compensated me for the work I did. Orai Jaya Seafood Restaurant and the Rampu Ramen locations in Hideyoshi covered my meals while I was there. So that was their thank you and compensating me for the work rendered, and I greatly appreciate it. The Nabayaba Ryokan compensated me with Shochu poster of Natsume Yujin that I asked for, and it was mailed to me. Um, the Sun Hotel made sure that they did offer me a compensatory thank you gift. And then the Yoshinori Ryokan also rewarded me with a four-star prepared meal during the interview. So I was compensated by all the individual businesses that I filmed with. Even going on a river raft tour, I was rewarded with a thank you. Not a thank you letter, but I was somehow compensated for my time. The reason why I'm closing it out is that one, I wanted to produce videos that not only catered to some Japanese audiences in Japan, but also catered to Western travelers. My group, and here's how it affects me personally, I'm out $14,000 from potential travelers that were excited about going to Hideyoshi. When I came back from Hideyoshi, I sat down and had an interview that had over 2,000 views with Geek Out SA. The interest generated had put me in contact with a group of social media celebrities, small time social media celebrities. None of them had more than 5,000 viewers that wanted to travel to Hideyoshi to expose it as a small town destination in Japan. They said that their doing business with me was contingent on having a physical letter from the city of Hideyoshi. That happened after I got back. It did affect my business long term, but at the same time, I'm not going to one be upset about it. It came, it happened, but on the other side of it is that all the potential projects I could have done in San Antonio or Houston or New Orleans were put on hold. That's potential views, that's potential customers for travel, that's potential money that I'm not going to see because the damage is already done. The second reason why I'm ending the relationship and the footage with Hideyoshi projects is that, let me clarify, my host family, I'm not ending that relationship. I'm very happy and blessed to have met them. I'm very grateful for them hosting me. I'm very grateful for the people I got to work with. But as far as continuing this project under the same original agreement is over. I did give up 2.5 weeks personally with my wife and family here in America. I did give up potential time to go work another part of my business to generate more income. I took a loss doing this, and without compensation or in the form of a letter, thank you, I lost out. The other thing is that when I did a information session in New Orleans, I asked for shochu. Nabe Ryokan gave me a bottle of shochu that everyone enjoyed, and it's a special edition bottle that's exclusive to the hotel. So the people coming with me in 2019 or 2020, well, not 2019, specifically 2020, want to come to the Navia Ryokan because one, they loved every commercial, they loved the tour of the hotel, they loved the social media status of the food, they loved the river behind, they loved the area and the atmosphere of the hotel. They want to come and do business with Navia Ryokan. They want to go to Orai Jaya, they want to go to Rampu Ramen, and they want to go to Kumamoto City. So yes, that worked out. But for the rest of getting a letter or the group of investors that I had spoken to upon returning and before I left for 2018 in Hideyoshi, they wanted to come do tour videos of Hideyoshi. They wanted to rent out a rental office for Hideyoshi. They also wanted the opportunity to sit down, meet with the mayor, and see what other investment opportunities could be brought from New Orleans, from San Antonio, from Houston, and other parts of the United States to have a grassroots operation in Japan. including a possible language school, including building a community center or community university. That window's closed. So a lot of people say, well, are you upset? Are you bitter? Are you angry? No, I'm not. I understand the business culture of small towns in Japan. When you ask for something, it could be up to a year before you get it. In America, we don't wait that long for anything. So a lot of people asked if I felt I was taken advantage of. And I'm like, no. I agreed to do a volunteer project based on my schedule and availability. I should have set better guidelines and I should have set a better written agreement. Didn't happen. So this is my feedback of the entire project. It was a great idea, poorly executed. It was an awesome experience, poorly managed on my end. Um, Going into the future, if I return to Hideyoshi, I will still do my tour groups to Hideyoshi, but I'm not bringing a group of investors to Hideyoshi. I'm not going to provide any additional resources out of my own expenses to Hideyoshi. Example is that I wanted to be compensated with a train pass. That way I could get on the other train lines to go do tour videos with the historic train line, with the Kumagawa Railway, the private train line that's attached to Hideyoshi Station that goes to their onsen stops. I didn't have a chance to do that. So when I go back to Hideyoshi 2019 by myself, I'm going to specifically film my projects. I'm no longer will be filming on behalf of Hideyoshi. I'm going to film on behalf of myself for YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and my potential customers. Hideyoshi is a beautiful place. It's just that not getting what I needed in a timely manner to make it effective hurt me. How it affected my YouTube stats is everyone was excited when I got back and I started posting videos. I posted tours in raw format so people could get the experience of what it would be like to walk through the hotel. I posted the interviews with me doing rough translations there in English but without subtitles because I was waiting for the Japanese subtitles to be transcribed, given to me so I could upload corrected versions. I'm not going back through that. The timeline I had of being done with Hideyoshi was November 1st. It's now February 3rd and it's Super Bowl in America. So I am more than 3 months past my own schedule. And I've already uploaded the best parts of Hideyoshi, except for I had some technical difficulties with Hideyoshi Craft Park. I do have footage, but there's no audio. So it's going to be a walking English video with me doing a voiceover. But I'm not in a rush to do that. Um, every commercial I've done, in essence, to help out any business that I worked with Hideyoshi, I've rendered my services. You got your commercial. It's in English and in Japanese, but you still have the opportunity to use it. I give you the rights and permission to use it. I have emailed those parties concerned that they have continued permission to use the footage as needed for their businesses. Um, However, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not cutting, changing, fixing, updating anything else. In the previous 2 weeks, I've done one commercial that has four versions. Based on feedback from American business partners and consultants, I produced raw version 3 and 4 of Hideyoshi. It's a 1 minute 47-second commercial that I will put down in the description below. The other commercial I did, I only got 36 views. The fourth reason why I'm ending this agreement is that I understand technology usage in Japan mainly centers around Tokyo. And to respond to some of the feedback I got, it's kind of difficult for people that haven't experienced Japan to get what I'm saying. Here's the problem. If you have a product and you have a commercial that is on social media that's easily accessible, what you could do to support the product of your business is that you would share it across all your social media platforms. tagging people that already would be interested in that experience. Example, small town Japan, because Tokyo, even though it's the capital of Japan, is not popular with people looking for small family experiences. So, what you would do is then go to a place like Hitoyoshi and film all of the family activities that cater to that specific customer base. Now, with the video cut, produced, and uploaded, what's the next step? The next step is you want to share it on your business site that would encourage foreigners to come to your country. Example, all of the ryokans that I filmed are on Travelocity, Trivago, Expedia, and Hotels.com with links to their business websites. So, what you would do is contact your webmaster, the person who fixes your website, and have them add the link to the video. Another example I will load in the description after I'm done is the Kobe American Park Oriental Hotel. I did reach out to them to try to film a commercial. They went with someone that was local. It's a great commercial, it's perfectly fine. I never even got a response to my offer to come do a commercial of just a hotel. So I'm not saying that I'm some world famous director. I'm not. However, with the footage of Hideyoshi that I provided, it's no longer do you like it. It is you had a window for feedback. You had a window of time. Keyword is time. Time is precious to get in contact with me and say, hey, we don't like this. We don't like that. Please cut it, correct it, fix it, and give us this product. So after talking with the consultant today, I went through that entire questionnaire with you in person, in English and in Japanese, to get feedback. I did not get it. So I went with what I knew. Now that we're at this point where people want more work and I'm still not being compensated with what I asked for or financially, I'm not doing it. How do you use what I provided on social media? What you would do is go to your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, your Line, whatever social media apps are now popular in Japan, including your blogs, and all you would do is copy and input the video into your social media page so that your business contacts, your friends, your family, anyone that you associate with on social media would see it. Now, are they going to click on it? No, you have to advertise it a little bit. You would say, I love this video. I enjoyed this video. I met the director of this video. I met the person who came from America to Japan to film this video. Therefore, they would be exposed to it. Be like, wow, that's impressive. Okay, I want to check out more of his videos. That gives me the views I need and the hits I need and the likes and the comments in English or in Japanese that I need for my channel to blow up. Now, what I mean by blow up is that it increases in traffic volume. So, with an increase in traffic volume in Japan, in Europe, Brazil, Portugal, wherever my videos were viewed, including the interview I had with Geek Out SA, it turns into more people want to go there because of my great experience there. Personally, I had a great experience. Working, it was what I expected. Not 100% knock out the park and not a failure, but a work in process. So, what did I miss out on 2018? I got to film walking videos of Kumamoto. I got to film the experience of eating ramen at Dragon House Ramen. I got to discuss and tour Odaiba. I got to get video of the Gundam statue. I got to do great photography work in Owino. And here's why I say that's important as well. Those other videos that I've done have generated buying customers for my travel business, meaning that when I decide to launch my 2020 summer group, they have more reasons to come to Japan than just Hideyoshi, just Kumamoto, just Kobe, Kyoto, or Osaka. It's, I have an interest in that. I have an interest in that. I want to see that. The interview I did with my customer, Lori Grande, And even though it's a 7 minute interview, it really highlights everything that she enjoyed. You get to see her expression, her happiness, and that. My commercial with the samurai armor was the same exact thing. You got to see me all smiles and happy and excited, and then you got to see the joy and happiness of a child who gets to interact with a foreigner, making Japan seem more foreign friendly because people want to interact. That's the issue that a lot of people aren't getting. So, another reason that supplements my final reason is that a lot of people make excuses and they say they don't have enough time or there's no money. Yeah, no. Um, and I'm going to explain why. I did a tour video on my other channel of a game shop in San Antonio to help generate business. Granted, the business just opened, but he's already shared the video on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and he's going to start a YouTube channel and discuss it amongst all of his customer base to let you know that I did a video on how to get there. I showed you what was available. I also demonstrated the cleanliness, the joy, and the happiness found in his store. And I did that for free because he's compensating me with discounts on products that I'm going to buy. So it wasn't for free, it was at an exchange agreement. Tying that back to Hideyoshi is that the businesses that gave me something, I did their commercials first. For everything else that no one compensated me in any format, not even a verbal thank you or acknowledgement of what I've done, you were last on purpose. And it's not me being angry or bitter or petty, it was you weren't a priority. So to explain the personal impact that it hit me for is I am going to host the 2019 tour group. I potentially had 12 people. Because of not getting what I needed in a timely manner, I lost nine. I have three. 2020, instead of all the people originally out of the 22 that want to go to Japan, 16 were all aboard about going to Hideyoshi based on the videos I produced, which they enjoyed, was based on the recognized feedback in the form of a letter from different organizations saying, thank you for coming. Even though I did as gratuity the economic development lecture, I noticed that none of the information I shared or the influence that I've shared in that 3 hour lecture was ever put to use. So it was almost a personal attack, or it was a very hard misunderstanding for me to accept. If I'm giving you the answers to the question, but you choose to ignore it. So that is all of the reasons why I'm ending the agreement with Hideyoshi on my end. I'm no longer going to produce any more videos that include their feedback. I'm going to include the videos I want to produce that help me market my business. I'm no longer going to do any marketing for Hideyoshi to cater to a Japanese domestic audience. And here's why. When I did the economic development lecture, I laid out all the materials in Japanese and in English from Hideyoshi and other places. If it's comfortable for you, you'll gravitate towards it. Meaning that the participants automatically saw the pictures of things that were in English and ignored it, bypassed it, and went straight to everything in Japanese. So for me, when I was asked to produce videos that made the Japanese happy, along with Japanese text and language in my video, I'm not fluent in Japanese, reading or writing. I don't know if I have the correct kanji or not. That's why I asked. So without it, I was stuck waiting for months. And I'm not accepting that someone was out of the country. I'm not accepting that when you have a community of educated people that can find someone they know to consult and help you out. So with that, that's pretty much it. I'm good for feedback, questions, and comments. Um, enjoy your Super Bowl, but the individual relationships that I forged in Hideyoshi, I want to maintain those relationships. As far as a business arrangement, I no longer want to do that. I'm going to come do what I want to do, film what I need to film, and be perfectly happy and move on. My 2020 group, from the 22 people that are almost guaranteed or guaranteed, I only have 8 coming to Hideyoshi, and they've already chosen the onsen and hotels they want to stay at within their budget. And one of the supporting reasons why I didn't agree with the schedule provided to me is that consideration. Most of my travelers are not athletically inclined. They're not mountain climbers. They're not hikers. There's some plump people. And an example, Itsuki Village is a considerable ways away from Hideyoshi Station, which makes it inconvenient. But the expectation of Itsuki Village, specifically Itsuki Village, not the tourism organization and not what they expected of me, put a bad taste in my mouth. You want people to bypass Tokyo, fly to Kagoshima, take a bus from Kagoshima, a taxi or a train from Kagoshima to Hideyoshi, and then not have any means of the restaurant or the business providing transportation from their hotel to your restaurant to eat or to see your village or to tour your village. I can't sell that. That affected some of my customers for 2019. Same thing with the Jittery Chicken Farm. We have chicken in America, and for me to convince someone to get up, fly around the world, and do that wasn't going to work. Part of my economic development lecture was do not try to surpass Tokyo. Collect the residuals from Tokyo. Here's my final point on that. The 2020 Olympics in Tokyo is going to be one of the biggest events this century because it's the first time in almost 50 years Japan is hosting the Olympics. I believe it was the 1964-68 Olympics. So you're already standing to the country of Japan, and revenue alone is well over to expect over $2 billion. So in the mindset of a small village versus a town of 30 million, no one was bypassing Tokyo to come down to Hideyoshi, Kumamoto, Kagoshima, Oita, Beppu, Miyazaki, Saga, or Mie to watch the Olympics in a bar. That's for the Japanese domestic audience to do. The entire point I made at my economic development lecture was to market in Tokyo, market on the internet, market through social media, work with the resources that you have that are free and available so that you, as the town of Hideyoshi, the tourism organization, and every individual business could entice travelers to fly to Kagoshima, take a bus to Hideyoshi, or fly from Tokyo to Kumamoto International Airport, do a couple of days in Kumamoto City, and then have the experience of Hideyoshi. I'm not going to do all of that marketing and planning for free or add it as an addendum to our original agreement. So, to protect myself and to protect everyone that's on my channel viewing it, I wanted you to understand this is where we're at. This is what's going on. So, as far as me discussing Hideyoshi on my YouTube channel, further from this point as part of a business agreement, I'm not. I'm going to tell you what my experiences were, what I enjoyed, what I loved, what I didn't like, and how it impacted me. So, with that, enjoy your Super Bowl. Have a beautiful evening. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. My business email is attached to all of my social media, including Twitter. So it is completely up to you. I've had a wonderful time in Hideyoshi. I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed the relationships I forged. But business, I'm not coming back. Thank you. Have a great night.